Let's move on now to The Little Kicks, season 8, episode 4. This is the famous Elaine dancing episode. What's the genesis of that?
That was a boss I had in New York who I found very intimidating because I was on a production staff, you know, a legendary guy, and until one night I saw him dance, and I thought, oh, he's human, just like the rest of us.
Was he?
And I was no longer intimidated. And it was, you know, I pitched that right after I pitched the Soup Nazi that first season, and we just couldn't figure out the story. But when Elaine became a boss, we knew we had it. Like, if we could just get Elaine onto a dance floor and screw it up, there it is. Yeah, the Elaine dance.
And was this her interpretation of the dance that you were explaining that you've seen, or this was just her own idea?
I described to Julia this Little Kicks dance that I had witnessed. And then she said, I got it. I'm going to take it from there. And she went home and she worked on it. She came in and added the fingers and the thumbs. And, you know, that's what was great about this cast is you could put a little bit of kindling into their heads, and it would suddenly become a bonfire. These actors that we had on that show, they were tremendous. And
who came up with the choice of song for it?
I did. I picked it. A song I don't think I could pick now because I don't think I could get the rights to it. But that was a time where you could just pick any song and just put it in the show, and we'd get a license for it, and it would be fine.
But you're just a fan of the song and just...
no, you're in an edit room and you're playing songs. You know, it's the same thing we do right now. It just sounds right and makes you laugh, and you go, there it is.
Have you been at a party where that song is played and somebody does the Elaine dance?
No.
I have. By the way,
the Brooklyn Cyclones have an Elaine dance every summer. I was supposed to be there and judge it this year, and then I screwed up my schedule and couldn't get there. And then Jerry called. He said, I think I'm going to do it. I'm like, did you do it? I think Larry's coming too. No, I think this is all next year. In fact, I probably shouldn't even be talking about it.
Okay,
But we love the Brooklyn. Is it the Brooklyn Cyclones? Is that who it is? The New York Mets minor league team. They've been having this Seinfeld night. It's grown into something huge. And it's, you know, for me, it was just like, this will be great to interact with fans. But if Jerry and Larry are going to go, it's their show. You know, I'll just tag along to watch.
Fantastic. And by the way, I'm sure it's called that not because, you know, there are cyclones in Brooklyn. It's the roller coaster name in Coney Island. So that makes sense.
I hope I have the name right. I hope I have the name right.
A couple more of the muffin tops. Top of the muffin to you.
Yes.
Is that based on a muffin store you went to?
That's a last minute story that jumped in because I had written a story that Frasier did the same night, where Frasier or somebody in the cast was listening on a police scanner to their neighbor's wireless phone calls. And I had written the same story for Kramer. You know, you can see him doing that with his little police scanner, listening to everybody in the building's phone calls. So we pulled that story out, and we were sitting there going, well, what are we going to put in? We've got to read something tomorrow. Yeah. We've literally got to read a story, so we got to pull that thread right out of the whole script. And you know, after meeting for maybe an hour or so, we had nothing. And then I went, you know, I had this girlfriend who only ate the top of muffins. And Jerry starts, he goes, what? And then so we're laughing and we have something. He goes, what do you mean? He goes, she would pop the top, get rid of the stump. She always thought she could have a business. She's a very successful clothing designer, but she was going to get out of designing for, I think it was Liz Claiborne, some designer, and open up a muffin top shop. And that really entertained everybody. And the story, you know, started. And then we were like, oh, huh. And there was also this like undercurrent of, you know, with the Harvard guys in particular on the staff, that sometimes you would pitch a story and 3 months later they would pitch a story that's similar and they would get approved and you'd go, I'm not sure if it had anything to do with Harvard, but there was like, you know, these ideas are in the air. They're always around. So we kind of put those things together. We had Elaine's boss take her idea and then do the idea. To kind of, you know, the muffin top was one piece of it, but really beneath it, it was really about that creative process when you have an idea, you voiced it to the room, and suddenly there it is again. Somebody else is getting credit for it, right?
And I just love the process of it, right? How you're in a room, you got nothing, you keep on throwing stuff out there, and that's the story idea. And then what was it? How long did it take for you to come up with top of the muffin to you?
That night. We had to get the whole thing done that quickly. But that's what's fantastic about Jerry is like he's so confident when he finds comedy things. like it's a prospector, and he unearths that piece of gold.
The science of it. Yes, he was talking about that.
Yeah,
here.
I get really lost and his confidence just carries you through it. He's like, no, that's it. It's going to work. You know, it's great when you work with him, because Larry's the same way. They're like, no, we got it. That's it. Let's just ride this train home.
Yeah, he told the story of the famous soliloquy of "The sea was angry, my friend." That they came up with that, had to come up with it overnight because they connected the marine biologist storyline with the titleist and Kramer hitting golf balls at the beach. They didn't know how to connect it. They connect it. They write this soliloquy.
It's true.
Jason Alexander learns it overnight, and it's the stuff of television legend.
Whenever I was kind of a doubting Thomas on the staff when things got too broad, I'd go, that's too broad. Jerry would always say, we hit a golf ball into the blowhole of a whale, Spike, and nobody shut down the show. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.